Oh!
Hello there, hello.
All right.
Yes, hello and welcome to a very special Splintered Image Christmas. Now, as you're aware, Splintered Image are a production group that strive to produce original pieces of media for your entertainment. Isn't that right, Dan?
That's right, Paul. Now, over the last 2 years, Splintered Image have been creating adverts and short films, and tonight we're going to show you what we're going to be doing in 2011.
And I'll be showing you a new twist on that Christmas classic, the mince pie.
Sounds great. Now, I think we're going to head over to Mark, who's outside Splintered Image HQ. Mark? Right.
We seem to be having a slight technical problem at the moment. Well, maybe we'll try again later. Now, what do fisting, a pub basement, and Ebenezer Scrooge all have in common? Well, let's find out as we go over now to Dan Lacey. Dan, what can we be expecting from you next year?
Well, next year I'm hoping to finish The Keep, and I'm also directing. I've written A Christmas Carol, another audio adaptation. I'm hoping to film my Reflections film for the Conversation series, and I'm doing a fake trailer called Crimson Fist about a man who goes around fisting people to death.
Great stuff. Now, I think, we're ready for Mark now. Mark, what are you up to up there?
Thank you, Paul. Now, you are all very, very privileged today because Splintered Image have granted us exclusive access to their studio. Now, behind this door is where all the magic happens. This is where everything gets done from creation to completion. So come on, let's have a look. Oh, yes. Now, this here is the computer where all the work gets done. Well, when we decide to do some work anyway. We will occasionally sit down on this chair, maybe, or sometimes stand. You know, we don't use the rules here. You know, the rules, we scrunch the rules up and we throw them out the window. This is the computer where it all gets happened, and this is the chair where we sometimes sit. And oh, look here. Come, quick, look down here. This is a waste paper bin. Now, if we're very lucky, there might be a few discarded scripts in here. You know, a few of those loose bits of juice of creation that have just not quite made it. Have a look. Oh no, it's just Paul's hair and used tissues. Anyway, back to you, Paul.
Insightful stuff. Now a brief word from our sponsor. This is one for the kids.
Are you tired of washing your teenage son's stained and crusty sheets? Does your boyfriend or husband leave you unsatisfied in the bedroom because they're too busy fiddling the flesh flute? Do you miss the days when your purple-headed trouser snake wasn't red raw and throbbing from overuse? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you know how difficult it is to live with the heartache of excessive male masturbation. And we here at notarealcompany.com know exactly how you feel. Myself in particular, I'm lubricating the love monkey right now. But finally, there is a reliable solution to help prevent those nighttime withdrawals from the fleshy sperm bank. Introducing the Wanker's Clamp. Using our brand new design, the Wanker's Clamp ensures the purity of its wearer through the innovative combination of chafing and electrical current. The product is made up of a shark skin glove specially designed by Natural Selection to rend human flesh on contact, and a high-tech bracer that delivers 20,000 volts worth of searing agony to anyone who even thinks about taking the one-eyed monster for a one-armed ride. So stop pounding the bald-headed moose and get a Wanker's Clamp today for only
$339.95.
Then we'll also throw in this book, Dealing with Abstinence. How not to go insane and become a danger to yourself and others. The Wanker's Clamp. Ensuring abstinence the old-fashioned way, through the threat of indescribable pain.
Wow, I hope that's in my stocking this year. Now I'd like to introduce you to Martin Johnson. Martin, what's going to be happening with you in 2011?
2011 I'm going to do my original audio drama called Osiris. It follows three people in a spaceship that they find under Sherwood Forest. And it comprises of 6 episodes to make the first season, and hopefully it will carry on to a second season.
Wonderful. I'm just glad that infection's cleared right up. Now, I'd like to hand you over to John, who's made this film for us.
Now, at this time of year, charities are likely to grace your door, and we here at Splintered Image would like to show you how to get rid of them. So here's our top 5 ways of how to get rid of these money-grabbing bastards. Number 5. The fuck off technique.
Hello sir, I'm from Kitty Literacy. Fuck off.
Number 4. Opening the door and pissing on their shoes, and then telling them to fuck off.
Hello sir, I'm from Kitty Literacy. Fuck off.
Number 3. Chase them off with a weapon. Try a gun or a sword. If they are not available, be imaginative. Number 2. Invite them in, tie them up, and cheese grate their forearms until they get their message. And at number 1, invite them in, make them a brew, hit them on the head with a blunt instrument, put them in your composter, and spend the money they have collected on something nice.
Thank you for that segment, John. Those bucket-shaking bastards better watch out. Now, I'm joined on the sofa by a poet, a lover, and a moose knuckle enthusiast. Paul, what's happening with you next year?
Right, well, I'm working with the rest of the guys on a documented psychological experiment, which should be quite interesting. I've got a conversations piece to film, the Dotted Line, my last one to film, and I'm writing an episode of Osiris for Martin as well, and all manner of other little projects that come along in the meantime.
Great, thank you, Paul. Now we'd like to share with you Splintered Image's top Christmas films.
Die Hard!
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
A Muppet Christmas Carol.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Batman Returns.
Is Die Hard a Christmas film?
Well, it's set at Christmas Eve. It's got Christmas songs on it. It's about giving presents. It's about reconnecting with your family. It's about murdering Europeans and shooting Japanese people for the fun of it. Well, what's not Christmassy about that?
Well, it's the Jap thing that swung it for me. Anyway, yes, we're here with the world's least likely Jesusist, Mark. So, Mark, what can we expect from you next year?
Well, I've got one of my conversations to film, Sins of the Father. I'm also working on a fake trailer for a film I'm going to call Oculi Dei, which means the Eyes of God. And at some point, hopefully, before I die of old age, I'm going to try and finish Herbert West Reanimator, an audio adaptation of a H.P. Lovecraft short story that I really, really want to get done. So, yeah, that's 2011. But Mark.
Now, John, what is this twist with these men's pies?
Rat eggs, Paul. I catch a rat, harvest its eggs from its ovaries, and then sprinkle them into the mixture.
Now, before we go, we'd just like to give out a small word of caution.
Over the past few years, a menace has stalked this festive season.
It comes without warning and settles upon the airwaves and radio waves.
Its evil knows no bounds, and as yet we have not found a cure.
The only way to keep your kids safe this year is to ignore it, so please, please turn off your TV.
Turn off your radio.
Bolt your doors and lock your windows.
We are, of course, talking about the demon spawn that is Sir Cliff. We must put a stop to him soon, or Christmas will forever be remembered as his day. Remember, say no to Cliffmas.
From John, live at the Kremlin, and all of us here at Splintered Image, Merry Christmas!
Is that it? Good.
Paul.
Paul. Paul.
No.
Take him back to his home where he belongs.
Bombing.